Alright, before I get started, I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Mill, Strong, Haru, Well, and Teach Well. Shalom to the hopefully elect men that scattered abroad, pushing the truth without sincerity. Right, and shalom to the very few sincere sisters that's taking heed and getting order in these last days. I'm the brother N.W O. Coming into the video, Lord, when it's edifying. Right, and blowing that horn, like blowing that shofar, what we're doing to the ears of Israel, right, mainly to reach the elect. Right, but here goes another one, right, and this is an end time headline article. It says China wants to start a national internet ID system, right? And this off this right here, it rings a bell. You know, it rings that bell in Revelation, right? Revelation chapter 13. You know, when we go inside the blue letter and we breaking these words down inside the Greek, you know, breaking the charagma down, Revelation 13 verse 16, go to the word mark. You know, when you breaking it down to this third degree, right, it goes into pretty much all your information, you know, software, Microsoft, you know, all of those things, man, right? And China been already heavy on it, but now they're pushing it more on a public platform now, right? And we already know, hence the term new to the world order, you know. So take out the word "to" and you have your answer, or you have the whole phrase. But it's a term for a reason, right? When they talking about a reset, hey, all of these nations are gonna go hand in hand, right? Even though they have what they got going on with the fake war, I ain't gonna say fake war because they're geared to actually pop off, right? But include with the wars going on, they're also putting these things right here in motion as well, right? And we know the scriptures, like in the book of Habakkuk, talks about that, right? But before I start into it, I'm just going to get this first precept, Ezekiel 7 verse 5, right? Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, and evil, right, meaning bad times, and only evil, right, bad times, behold, is come, right? Bad times on top of bad times is coming, man, right? It's going to make sense, as I read more into the article. And end is come, the end is come, it watcheth for thee, behold, it is come, right? Bad times on bad times, man. We're going to turn to the movie Eagle Eye with the character Shia LaBeouf, right? That's how it's going to be out here. So reading into it, it says it's hard to be anonymous online in China, right? Let's get that word anonymous. Of a person not identified by name, right? Not identified by name, of unknown name, right? So pretty much you're not marked. You're not on the radar, Pretty much that's what anonymous means. It's hard to be anonymous online in China. Websites and apps must verify users with their phone numbers, which are tied to personal identification numbers that all adults are assigned, right? And pretty much when you're looking at it from the face card value, they just getting you comfortable with checking in with Esau, checking in, to your president, right? Whatever nation you're scattered to. They're getting the mind's conditioned to, just pretty much you're trackable, right? And that's why, this prophecy in the book of Revelation 13 and 16 is so heavy, right? Going to the charagma, because a lot of people do not see it. A lot of people do not believe this is going to be the MO to the TV, right? And these are here just stages gradually going into that mandatory, C-hip inside the skin, right? Second paragraph. Now, it could get more difficult under a proposal by China's internet regulators. The government wants to take over the job of verification from the companies and give people a single ID to use across the internet, right? And they trying to tie everything down to the nitty gritty, to where like they got you to the T, And it's all a part of that NWO, right? And fair use, YouTube, right? You know how y'all get, right? But it says now it could get more difficult under a proposal by China's internet regulators. The government wants to take over the job of verification from the companies and give people a single ID to use across the internet. It's gonna be like your personal ID, right? And as matter of fact, I read the third one. The Ministry of Public Security and the Cyberspace Administration of China say the proposal is meant to protect privacy and prevent online fraud. In a way, yeah, but then in another way, the bigger picture is to make sure they can keep you, keep eyes on you at all time, man, right? Because at the end of the day, they're trying to rebrand the people, right? And the only one they're gonna be able to rebrand is the heathens, right? And amongst the Israelites, so-called Negro Latino natives, it's 2/3, right? Because we're not going for the right, the hopefully elect. And with that being said, let me grab the scripture right here, because I think it's in Matthew 24. The Lord already done said it. Yahweh, right? The Lord Yahweh already done said it. Here we go, Matthew 24 and 24, right? Because we know the all in all, right? These are just small stages, man, right? So let me get it. It says, for there shall be, Matthew 24 verse 24, for there shall arise false anointeds, right, and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, with they're trying to show now, especially with the Elon Musk thing. Lord willing, I can drop a video on that next, right? But come with these false miracles and stuff like that, these great things to so-called better you and benefit you. It says, in so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect, right? If it was possible, right? But in this sense, it's not possible to see the elect. The elect is sealed, right? The elect is sealed with the wisdom, knowledge, truth, and understanding. They know how to move on this side. Yes, they're not perfect, but when it comes to not being deceived, they're perfect to it. They're just to it. They won't get deceived on the Esau's, schemes, plots, and plans, right? So kind. And then as you can see it, man, this is what they want to make sure they can track you. Just like in the movie, like I said, Eagle's Eye. And it's another movie I had on my Instagram. And it was called on Netflix, it was like Project Watchtower, And on that movie, he at the end, the same man from the Progressive commercial, when he got to that point, when they finally got things up and running, and it was like 3, 2, 1, Project Watchtower is up. You could have seen everything. They could have analyzed your face, pull up your ID, all your information, and it also showed you something symbolic to taking the Sea Hill. It was more so like a stamp. Well, it was more so like a chip thing. It was something like that to that extent, but to where like they stamp it on you, and you can feel it piercing through the body, right? And you're pretty much hooked to the system, right? And I ain't gonna read too much of these paragraphs. I just wanted to read a couple of them and just bring out the point. I mean, it's the scriptures. It says a national internet ID will reduce the excessive collection of retention of citizens, right? Personal information by internet platforms on the grounds of implementing real name registration, the regulator said, right? Because I guess they're saying this, they're tired of getting these frauds and these hacks and stuff like that. Now they're trying to so-called do something about it. But really, all in all, when you just look at it, right, they're trying to just push the N.W O in another way, in a slick way. That's all it is. It says, use of the ID systems by websites and apps will be voluntary according to the proposal. Use of the ID systems by websites and apps will be voluntary according to the proposal, which is open for public comment until the end of August. The Chinese government has for years exercised tight control over information, and it closely monitors people's behavior on the internet, right? And because we come to a time of famine of hearing the words of the Lord, right? Cyberbullying, because we bring out a scripture that may cut your belief, So they want tight control over that, right? And it's to the point now. With that being said, they're able to shut down your credit scores, your banks, all your type of, everything, anything that you have associated with you with that ID, they're able to shut it down if you show up on their radar by going against their policies, man. Right? This is what we're stepping into, and it's not going to be just a China thing. Like I said, it's going to be an NW. It's going to be a world thing, a worldwide thing, right? And China's the one that's popping it off popping it off right now. But it will be on the shores of America very soon, right? It says the Chinese government has for years exercised tight control, right? So if you pretty much exercising, practicing, now it's time to go live. That's all it is. It's time to go live. All these pre-runs, trials, right now it's time to go live. It says the Chinese government has for years exercised tight control over information, and it closely monitors people's behavior on the internet. Over the last few years, China's biggest social media platforms, like the microblogging site Weibo, the lifestyle app, I know I can't say that word in Chinese, but it says, and the short video app Douyin, it says have started to display users' locations in their posts, right? You pretty much got to start owning up to what you're doing. If you was on the internet, cyberbullying or whatever, going against what they don't approve of, and it's easy to track you, man, right? But all of that just to go into this scripture, right? And I'm grabbing it in the blue letter this time, so we can get straight into it, right? Like I say, Lord willing, this is edifying as well, because all in all, it's just going to showing you about the ID control is all gonna go back down to the chip, man. That's all it's gonna go back down to, right? And I'm just get straight to it. It's Revelation 13 verse 16, and he calls of all, both smiling, great, rich, and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Right now, he going to what Esau Edom, because he's still the ruler over the whole world right now, right? But he calls of all, right? And for these other nations, right, their leaders going to be applying pressure on their citizens, man, to have that mark, right? It's like it. And it says to receive, right? And like we always go into it, receive goes into the Greek word didomi, right? Going to what, extend the hand, extend the arm, pretty much agree. Once you open out your arm to receive it, you already bowing down, right? You're submitting, right? Let's get the quick word right quick. Receive, go to the Greek word didomi, right? To give something to someone, that's going to be Esau giving you that device, right? To grant, to give one to one asking, right? People are going to be asking for this. This is what it's going to lead down to, And go back to that. I need the word for mark, right? Karagma, right? This is what things are coming down to, right? As a badge of servitude, right? And like we, what we go into all the time is what it means, slavery, right? Instead of being a slave or completely subject to someone more powerful, right? Slavery. That's all it's going into, man. Right? And if you're not trying to do these things, we'll be off the grid, right? Which will be a beautiful thing, right? We know the Lord gonna be with us more than ever then, guiding us, sheltering us, feeding us. You know what I'm saying? We ain't nothing to worry about, right? But it's just the point, right? On that mark, right? Clothes on out, they're ready to ride. Revelation 13 verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of a beast, or the number of a man, and his number is 666. Right. And let me go back to that word mark again, Salaki. That's what I was trying to say. All right, going to the root word of mark, goes to the Greek word karax. Salaki. Go to the Greek word karax. Right, going to a palisade, a sharp instrument, all right, that can pierce through, right, which would be that syringe, right. And the root word of karax is grapho, right, which is going to reference to all of your information, your data, man. Right, that's what it was, kind of like the elder Apostle Tahar had said, Microsoft, man. Right, micro going to what? Small, real small, and that soft going to what? The software, right? And that's what they're trying to have things running through, a software of where your ass cannot run and your ass cannot hide from them, man. You know. So this right here is coming soon, you know, and I'm gonna close out the book of Habakkuk 2 and 3, right? Like I say, all in all, is going to lead up to this, which is going to be the, you know, the Karagma. So this is the book of Habakkuk 2, verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon table, that he may run that readeth it. Right? Hey, why? Because we tell you the consequence if you do take this Karagma when it's presented, you know, and also we're making it plain upon tables by what? Hey, we gradually telling you what things are leading up to, you know. Gradually telling you how things are playing out to where it's going to lead up to that mark, you know, and that should make you want to turn around, knowing that you're going to get destroyed by taking it, right? But I'm going to close out with the main point in verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry, right? And it's slowly but surely coming. You know, Esau is definitely putting things in order. Also, the other nations putting things in order as well with these devices, these AI things, right? He's definitely putting things in order. So, Lord willing, this was edifying to the point. And I'm going to close out by giving all ongoing praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Krakadash. Till next time, Shalom.